Today's lesson 28, page 194. We have two-step word problems. And average. Part 1. We'll do more average later. We have looked at a lot of different word problems so far. We've looked at 6 of them. We've looked at combining, we've looked at separating, we've looked at comparing, we've looked at elapsed time, we've looked at equal groups, and we've looked at parts of a whole. Oftentimes we get word problems that require more than one step. And they're easy as long as you remember to break down the problems to their components. So if I gave you a word problem that went like example 1 on page 194, but I'll change the name to protect the innocent. Caleb went to the store with $20. And he was sent to the store to buy some dog food. And he needs to buy 8 cans of dog food. And the dog food, because Caleb wants to keep some of that $20 for himself, he gets the cheapest dog food he can find, and that dog food is 67 cents a can. How much did Caleb have left that he got to pocket because he was feeling selfish? How much does he get to pocket? So we got to do 2 steps. First, how much did the dog food cost? And then how much did I take out this $20? So what is 67? How many cans did he buy? 8. So what is 67 times 8?
$4 and like 86 cents.
No. $5.36. Very good. $5.36 is what that cost him. He went to the store with how much money? $20. So $20 minus 536 is $14.64. Caleb has a little bit of spending money. And he's probably going to buy some CO2 cartridges and shoot his brother. Okay? Make sense? It's a 2-step problem. All right, so we're going to be, as you get older, you do stuff with averaging a lot. I have to average grades and all that stuff all the time. So we're going to take a look at averaging today. First off, something that you should already know. Averaging is a 2-step process. What do you have to do to average in simple terms? What do you have to do?
Don't you add all of them together and then divide them by how many they are?
Okay, you add all of them together and divide by how many parts you added together. Good. Nice, simple, easy way to consider that. So if I said that if you were out in your neighborhood and you were arranging teams and you got 4 teams together to play, I don't know what game, make it up, play street hockey. Street hockey. And one team you got 7 players, and another team you got 6 players, and another team you got 9, and then the last team you couldn't break them up and they ended up with 10. How many people averaged on each team? I got 4 of them, so I'm going to add them all up. 7 and 6 is 13, plus 9 is 22, plus 10 is 32 players on each team.
So we divide by 4?
I'm going to divide by 4 because I have 4 teams, and I get what? On average, I have 8 players on each team. Okay, that would be a good way to rearrange your teams so that you get 8 players on each team, instead of having weird numbers like that.
Who won?
I didn't say we didn't even play a game yet. We just got the team started. All right? Does that make sense? If you were speaking at an oratorical contest and you observed the rows of people there, in the first row, you only saw 3 people. In the second row, you saw 8 people. And in the last row, you saw 10 people. How many people were in the room with you?
21.
21? How many people averaged in each row? 7, so you could divide by 3, right? That's averaging. Now, one thing you could do with averaging is you can unaverage, and we'll worry about that later as we get to more advanced averaging. So one more. In a game, in a classroom word game that we were doing, that we were making this up as I go, 5 people in here, 5 people in the group scored 100 points. 4 scored 95. 4 scored 95, and I got them with me too, so I'm just gonna. 6 scored 90. 5 scored 80. Okay, those were our 4 scores, right? How many did I say scored? I said 5 scored 100. What does that equal? 500. I said 4 scored 95. What does that equal? Because I'm looking for the average score. When I got to total up everything, I can't just add all 4 things.
380.
380 cheater?
I used my notepad, he used his calculator.
I didn't use my calculator.
6 people had scored 90. What? No. Oh, 360s here. Somebody said 380s, right?
And then next one would be
540, because 9 times 6 is 54. Add a 0, 540. And then 5 people had scored an 80.
400.
That's 400. Now add these up. What do you get?
1,800.
Okay, 1820. Divided by, you want to find the average score, divided by 9, 15, 20. Divided by 20. 20 people played the game. What's the average score?
91.
91. We divide by 20. Why did I divide by 20? Because that's how many people did the game. So I had to first figure out the totals for each thing. Since I've divided by 20, I had to figure out the totals: 500, 380, 540, and 400. It gives us 1820 divided by 20 people that took it. Average score is 91. So a lot more people at the lower end than the higher end brought the average down. Another word for average is mean.